Hello and welcome to the Global Fashion Workshop channel. I remind you that we release a new video 3 times a week. I think holidays let you rest properly, eat and drink a lot. Just celebrate. So now it's time to work. I decided it's time to work, and that means we'll design something interesting because we're ready to do it. As soon as I returned to work, I realized I needed a golden jacket. I immediately decided I need a golden jacket like this. I have this kind of cotton fabric that's similar to denim, but it's stretchable. Obviously, when I'll be making the jacket, I'll apply interfacing to it. It seems a bit too stretchable. Well, we all know that I have this pleated skirt made from net. I bought it in one of my previous visits to Moscow in December. And of course, if I add a golden jacket like this to it and also put on my golden sandals, this will be an incredible outfit. But I don't want a simple jacket. I want something interesting. So I picked up this book that you already know so well. We've already used the 4,000 Details book many times. I found the collar and the sleeve here. But I think that if I design the sleeve, the collar, and the jacket itself, and baste it all afterwards, then who knows how long it would take. So for today's video, we'll be designing the sleeve. Now, pay attention to the sketch. I've looked through the book and decided on an asymmetrical collar, something like this, double-breasted, not too long because the skirt is pleated, lower than the waistline at a maximum of 11 to 12 centimeters. The collar will be asymmetrical, and we'll do it on our next lesson. Today, we'll be working on this sleeve. Actually, we haven't done such a sleeve on our channel before, so today we have something completely new. Look, the sleeve is higher than the shoulder for about 3 centimeters. If you do it in the usual place for a sew-in sleeve, it won't be as interesting, so it's a must to make it higher. Then we'll make this part, well, about 5 centimeters wide, and we'll cut a circle here. You'll see it, and this inner part will be a separate one. But there are additional seams, and we can use it to move excesses to the bottom of the sleeve. The sleeve will be 3/4 long. So today we'll work with only one sleeve. It can be used for a jacket, a blazer, a coat, a dress, and so on. When you learn how to design such a sleeve that I'm sure that you'll like, you'll be able to make your clothes even more interesting. At a time like this, everything seems too boring, but we want something interesting, and that's why we will look for things like this and make them for ourselves. Before we start with the sleeve, let's look at the base. Right now, we aren't designing the jacket. It's just the front and the back. We'll use a part of the arm side that we need for the sleeve, and in our next lesson, we'll start designing it. The side panel, and maybe some interesting dart. We'll also design an asymmetrical collar. Now look right here. I want to lower it beforehand, like this, not a bit more than by 1 centimeter. I'll cut it off now. The next thing I want to do is add 4 centimeters here. No, 3.5 centimeters. We'll make the shoulder higher. That means that the arm side moves from here, there. You know what you should look for? Well, I'll redraw here slightly so it won't be way too round. This line should look like a line after all. You see, that's the style. You can't change this line. Move to the next part. Now I'll use the top parts for designing the sleeve, and this part, I'll cut it off and throw it away, marking to the back, marking to the front, the top part of the sleeve. Now we'll design the sleeve. The jacket I decided to make can't possibly fit in one video. I think those who survived after the Let My Enemies Die skirt won't be able to handle this jacket. The arm side has changed. We're not designing the jacket itself right now, so I'll put it away. We only work with the sleeve right now. As always, the length of the sleeve is 3/4, 45 centimeters for me. I have to know how wide I want the armhole to be. I don't want it to be tight. I want it to be slightly loose, but not too wide. What does slightly loose mean? Well, it'll be 27 centimeters here. Right, 27 centimeters. So we know what we aim for. I folded the sleeve in half. So for sleeves like this, I make a roundish dart, about 8 to 9 centimeters long. Now that's the sleeve I have. There are also 2 parts to add. One to the front. Here's the front one. Oh, that's the back. That's for the back. I can't understand what I myself have written. Don't do it like me. I did this and I already confused myself. I'll do it like this now. Obviously, I'll copy this sleeve onto the tracing paper so that we know what we work with, what shape the sleeve is. I won't talk much about attaching these pieces, how even it should be. You can't just put it here side to side with a lot of space here. You also can't put it side to side here, leaving the gap there. It has to be like this, so that the gap widens evenly to both sides. Here's the sleeve I made. I just copied it on the tracing paper, a precise copy. But as we all remember, we get corners there after we add the parts here. In place of them, we draw smooth lines. The result is the sleeve. Well, that's the sleeve. It goes to the front. The front. So we know where the front is. I cut it out. You don't need to wait for me to design the jacket and the sleeve. We will make a sample of this sleeve today, and we'll look into it, and you will have a new stylish sleeve that you can make. I personally think that we had too much rest during the holidays, or at least I for sure did, because I'm happy to start working again. That's how the sleeve turns out. "34 centimeters. I need 27 centimeters. That means I have an extra 7 centimeters. I'll remove 1.5 centimeters from the sides. That will be 3 centimeters less. I'll fix it here slightly. And I'll have to remove 4 centimeters more. I'll measure it once more to know what I have. I don't want the sleeve to be tight. I want a loose fit. Yep, 31.5 centimeters. I need 27 centimeters. So that means we have to remove 4.5 centimeters. Now to the main part. We measure 5 centimeters from these corners. Yep, 5 centimeters. We cut off the corner just a bit. Just about 2 millimeters, so it won't be as acute. Just about 2 millimeters. Now fold it in half. And from this point starts a smooth line. You can't make it too round because that won't leave enough space here. Okay, now we remove about 1 centimeter from the bottom. That's 2 more centimeters removed, and for the rest, we'll see. The width here is 7 centimeters. That means the width here will be 14 centimeters. What do we have? There's this middle part. This small dart will stay here. Someone might make 2 small tucks here instead. That's fine too. Now let's move to the next step. This sleeve I throw away now. We don't need it anymore. We'll work with the new sleeve now. Let's take these details and put them together like this. Great. That's just one part. Someone will make a seam and grain lines here. Well, I'll make this part seamless. The grain line will be in the middle of the sleeve. For those who have fabrics that aren't simple, use fusible interfacing. Of course, it's better to use fabric that won't need that. For this part, it doesn't matter whether it's the right side or not. It's symmetrical. And here's the sleeve I designed. We have 8 centimeters at the bottom and 8 more. It's 16 centimeters. Here it's 28.5 centimeters. Well, let's leave 1.5 centimeters for now. I think that for the back, if this is the front, that's the back. Now it has the front and the back. Here we can remove just a little bit, like this, and then we should not mix it up. It's kind of like an elbow seam. It's an absolutely new sleeve today. Irina Mikhailovna will look magnificent as always. I bought this skirt that I mentioned in the beginning. It looks great with a black top. I have this black top made from our amazing knitwear. I haven't worn it yet, but I think you'll see me in it on our channel soon. Of course, I can't wear this skirt with the same top all the time. I also want a jacket. After all, spring is coming. It'll look great with a jacket. I think my pleated skirt would be great with my coat that has a leopard print. And this will look great as a whole with golden boots. We worked to create clothes that would look good with what we already have. What's left now? Here's the fabric to make a sample. I'll pin it now, cut it out for you to see, baste it, and then we'll take a close look at it. Of course, this fabric is for sample, but when we'll be making my future favorite golden jacket, I'll just use this sleeve as a pattern. For now, we'll try it with the sample fabric. Look what we've got. I have this part. It's important to make a mark on the shoulder because there's the side seam. It's important that at the bottom, where we put two parts together, we make a mark because this point should match the beginning of the dart. Now I put them together, matching the mark and the dart, and carefully, very carefully pin them together. We've pinned it down. Where it's in a straight line, it should be straight. You shouldn't adjust anything here. And here we can see how well it's done. It matches perfectly, just a perfect match. As we see, the top part is kind of loose. We baste it this way. I'll baste one side now. Let's look at the sleeve we made closely. I can't wait for the jacket that will have such a beautiful sleeve and an asymmetrical collar. I haven't looked at the fabric together with the Let My Enemies Die skirt, but I think it'll be great. But I'm not sure. Haven't tried it yet. But this fabric looks very well with my pleated skirt. See, make sure that you don't get into this unfortunate situation when we're basting, and then reach a point where we understand that there's too much left on one or the other side. We don't need that. Pay attention to it. This part, we'll have it a bit higher. Well, that's a tentative fitting. After that, I'll finish the other side and do a proper fitting. That's the front part of the sleeve. That's how it looks. That's our sleeve. I think I have it ready. I'll try to put it on just like that. The dress is, of course, a woolen one with a lining. But still, I want you to see it well. Well, it doesn't look good with the dress, obviously. I need to take off the dress and wear it properly. Well, you get the idea. The width is fine. I'll wear it properly when we cut the jacket. I think you learned today how to make a new sleeve, how to design it using the base. I think you'll make yourself dresses, jackets, and so on. Be different every day. Click the like button and share our videos on social media. Subscribe to our channel and write comments. But the most important is doing what we do so that the lessons are useful. Buy our courses and watch videos on our channel for free. Thank you for watching. All the best from Irina Paukshte, Irina Mikhailovna, and the rest of our team.